Hey everyone, in this video I'll show you how to edit character models in Monster Hunter Wilds, so you can create your own costume mods. It's so simple, everyone can do it. We'll be using RE Asset Library to extract the game assets, Blender to modify them, and RE Mesh Editor to export the files. Then we'll install them using Fluffy Mod Manager.
Well, I got everything set up and ready to go. What'd you think?
Currently, modding full costume textures aren't supported in Monster Hunter Wilds, unfortunately, but you can still make significant changes to the models, like removing parts of an armor and changing their shape. So if you're ready, let's get started. First thing to do is downloading Blender. Make sure to get the latest version, as it comes with more features and options. Once you've downloaded Blender, install it by following the simple installation instruction. It's quick and easy. Okay, we need to download plugins. Download the latest version of RE Asset Library from its GitHub page. Then download the latest version of RE Mesh Editor as well. Now that you have both files, let's install them. Open Blender and select General to start. Welcome to Blender. Go to Edit at the top, then click Preferences and navigate to the Add-ons tab and click on this arrow and select Install from Disk. Then locate the files we just downloaded. Select both of them and click Install Add-on. Give it a few minutes to complete. Once installed, search for RE and locate the add-ons, which are enabled, as you can see. Now, click the small arrow next to the RE Asset Library to expand the settings. Scroll down to the Download Asset Libraries option and click it. Here, select Monster Hunter Wilds. Then click Download Asset Library. Wait a few minutes for the asset to download and install. And that's it. After it's done, you will see this Blend project. Now we are ready to next step. Open Steam, right-click on your game, and go to Properties. Go to the installed files, and click Browse. This will open the game's installation folder. At the top, you'll see the directory path. Right-click, and select Copy Address as text. In Blender, open the RE Asset Library Settings tab. If you don't see it, press N on your keyboard to bring up the side panel. Click on Set Game Extract Path. In the Game X Path field, select this and click inside the box here, and press Ctrl+V to paste the directory path. Then press Enter. Locate the game's X file. Select it and click Accept. Once loaded, set the extract asset path to a new directory with enough free space. You can choose any location. Then click Accept. Finally, click OK. Blender may freeze for a few minutes while it's loading everything. It is normal. Once it's done, you'll see the game assets. Now that we set up everything, we need to close this Blend file. We need a new project. Open Blender again, create a new general project, and that's it. Now we are ready to start modifying assets. In Blender, go to the Layout menu, which you are in already. Select all objects in the scene and press Delete to remove them. Now let's open the Asset Browser. Move your mouse to the top corner of the Blender window. When your cursor changes to a crosshair, like a target symbol, click and hold the left mouse button. Drag your mouse downward to split the window. Then release left click. In the new window, go to the Editor Type menu. Now select Asset Browser from the data list. Then you should see the Monster Hunter Asset Library, which contains all the game assets. In the Left tab, change the category to RE Assets Monster Hunter Wilds. Now from here, you can browse different asset categories. The assets are perfectly organized. Armors divided into male and female for the main character. Inside each, you'll find subcategories like arms, body, helmet, and legs, each containing their respective armor parts. And other categories like NPCs includes character assets like Gemma, and all other NPC characters. You can also toggle the interface, like size of the asset's thumbnails. Now, to import and edit an asset, drag and drop it into the viewport like this. Then a pop-up window will appear. Leave the settings as default and click OK. Then give it a few seconds, and there it is. Your model is ready for editing. You can drag and drop any assets into the viewport like this, but for better organizations, it's best to only import the ones you plan to edit. This keeps your workspace clean and manageable. First, import the model you want to edit. In this example, I'll be using this model. Once the model is in the viewport, go to the top bar and switch to Modeling Workspace. Then change the mode to the Object mode from here. To navigate in Blender, you can use these options here, or these shortcuts for easier control. And if you're completely new to the Blender, I have a separate video explaining the basics. Be sure to check it out. Now that our model is ready, let's start making some edits. In the outliner, this section here, you'll see the imported objects along with their names and properties. Red collection contains the mesh file, the model itself. Blue collection contains the MDF file, which controls the materials. Inside the mesh collection, you'll find objects, the different model parts, armature, the skeleton that controls movement. Do not modify the armature, by the way. Now let's edit. One of the easiest way to edit a model is by removing unwanted armor parts or body parts. Click on the object you want to remove and press delete, and it's gone. When you delete an object in the mesh collection, you also need to remove its corresponding material in the MDF file. Objects and materials share similar names. Look for the matching parts in their names and delete both. You can also expand the mesh file so you can see their assigned materials and confirm the correct ones to delete. Some objects share the same material, so if you delete a material from a MDF collection, you also must delete any objects still using that material. Otherwise, the model may have missing textures or not load. And we have some different viewports to change. If you change to this shading one, you can see the textures on your model. So, I removed some of the objects with their materials, and now we are ready to export the model. To export the mesh file, open REmesh Editor, go to File, Export, and select REmesh Editor and REmesh Model. In the export window, set the following. Mesh version, set Monster Hunter Wilds. Mesh collection, choose the model collection you want to export. And leave the rest of the settings as they are. And most importantly, ensure the file name matches the original file name exactly. It should be the same name as the collection name. As default it is. Do not rename it. Now choose a directory and click Export. Once exported, you should see a mesh file in the exported directory. Now export the MDF file. Again, go to File, Export, REmesh Editor, but this time select REMDF. Now, in the export window, check these settings. Collection, set to MDF collection you want to export. File name, it must matches the collection name exactly. Now export the file to the same directory as the mesh file. Done. With both files exported, we are ready to install the mod. Before we go forward, save your project in Blender, because we might done some other edits to the same model. Now, let's install the mod. First, we need to recreate the original folder structure for the files we extracted. To find their folder structure, we need to open the RE-Asset library blind file again. You can do this by going to File, Open Recent, and select the Monster Hunter Wilds Asset library file. Once it's open, go to Asset Browser and find the model we imported and edited and exported. It's in the same category. Select it after you find it. And on the right side, in the description field, you'll see the original folder structure for that model. Now, we just have to recreate this folder path on our computer. To do that, first, open a new folder anywhere on your PC. This will be the starting point for the correct folder structure. Now, follow the folder path we find in Blender and start creating the structure. Create a folder and name it Art. This must be the first folder. Inside Art, create another folder and name it Model, or whatever the second folder name is. Keep going. Follow the exact order of the folder structure until you've recreated the full path. Make sure there are no mistakes. Double check the name carefully. And capitalization doesn't matter, but the structure must be correct. At the end of the path, you'll see a file name. It's not a folder. The last part of the structure should end with numbers like 00. Just stop at the last folder. Once the folder structure is complete, place your exported mesh and MDF files inside it. Now we need to place this folder structure into the correct mod installation path. Create a new folder anywhere on your PC and name it after your mod. This can be anything that helps you identify it. Inside your mod folder, create another folder named Natives. Make sure it's spelled exactly like this. Inside Natives, create another folder named STM. Finally, move entire folder structure we just created into this STM folder. Put the art folder and whatever is inside it here. It should look like this. And to add an image or information to the mod file so we can see it in Mod Manager, go inside your mod folder, the one that contains the natives folder, and add a screenshot of your mod. Take a screenshot of your mod in Blender or render it. Now place the image inside this mod folder. Rename it to something simple like preview. Next, create a text file in the same folder and rename it to modinfo.ini. Make sure it's an ini file, not a text file. If you don't see the file extensions, turn them on in Windows Explorer by going to View, Show, File Name Extensions. Open the modinfo file and enter the information. Type name and add the equals, then enter your mod name. Type description and add equals, then add the mod information. Type whatever you want. Type a screenshot and add the screenshot file name. Finally, save it from file. Now, let's create a RAR mod file. Go to your mod folder, the one that contains the natives. Right-click on it and select WinRAR. Add to archive. In the archive settings, set a name for your mod. Choose a RAR format and click OK to create a compressed file. That's it, your mod is now ready to be installed with Fluffy Mod Manager. Download the latest version from its official website. Make sure it's the latest update. Extract all the content inside it to a folder anywhere on your disk. Open Mod Manager X file, and if you see a security message, click More Info and Run anyway. don't worry, it's safe. When the program opens, select the Monster Hunter Wilds as the game you want to mod. The manager will automatically detect the game installation directory and set everything up by itself. Now we need to install RE Framework. Inside the mod manager, go to the download section, find and select RE Framework. This is necessary to install mods. It will download and appear in your mod list automatically. Now, in the Fluffy Mod Manager installation directory, look for a new folder called Games. Open it. Then navigate to Monster Hunter Wilds and Mods. This is where we place our mod file. Copy the mod file we made and paste it here. Then refresh Mod Manager, and as you can see, our mod is here. First install Framework, then install our mod. And that's it, done. Run the game and enjoy. After the game is boot up, you will see the Framework menu. This is important, make sure to do it. Come to Loose File Loader and enable it. Done. Close it and check the mod. As you can see, my mod is working perfectly fine.
Well, I got everything set up and ready to go. What'd you think?
If your mod is look textureless like this, then your MDF file is not set up correctly, or the folder structure is not correct. There is no other reason for it. No matter what kind of edits you're making to your model, whether you're removing armor parts, swapping pieces, or making costume models, the setup process remaining the same. If custom texture modding becomes supported in the future, it will open up even more possibilities for modding. When that happens, I'll make another video on how to set them up and guide you through it. To make new edits, open the Blender file we saved earlier and start modifying the model. There are many ways to edit your model. For example, select the objects you want to edit and then switch to edit mode. In edit mode, you can select specific parts of the model and delete only those parts, not the whole model. When you do that, you also don't need to edit the MDF file, just leave it as it is. So, if you don't need to delete the materials in MDF, then it gives you more freedom to make mods. However, you can't delete the whole objects like this. It won't export. What we can do is just leave a little part of the object and hide it inside the model. We can make it small and no one would see. That's how we can do it. After deleting parts of the model, be sure to press A to select everything, then go to Mesh, Clean Up, and select Delete Loose. This ensures that no unnecessary data is left behind. Make sure to do this. Once you're done editing, it's time to export the model. Export the mesh file first, then export the MDF file, if you changed anything in it. After that, just place both files inside their corresponding folder structure and install the mod like we did earlier. You can also make some interesting changes in a sculpt mode. Simply select the model, switch to sculpt mode, and use these sculpting tools to make any adjustments you want. Make sure to check out my video about how to edit 3D models in Blender. On that video, I explained fully how this edit system works.
Well, I got everything set up and ready to go. What'd you think?
And that's it, you're all set to make even more changes. If you want to edit other parts of the model, for example, if you already imported and edited the body, but now you want to edit the head of the same model, simply import the head as well and start editing it. You can choose to edit both parts together or separately, it doesn't matter. However, what does matter is ensuring that you're exporting the correct collections. Collections should export it one at a time. And also remember that other parts of the same model will have their own MDF file and their own folder structure as well. These should be placed beside the other mesh file, but in the different folder. Be sure to pay attention to these details when exporting and organizing your files to avoid any issues. You can also open and modify other modders' mods. To do that, download one and open the file. As you can see, it has the same folder structures as we created. The next step is to open the mesh file inside it using Blender. Edit it and then export it back into the same directory it has. Then install the mod. I'd love to even show you more ways to mod, but since custom texture support isn't available yet, the mods won't look complete. So for now I wrap up this video here. Once we get full texture supports, I make another video even more complete and covering that also. And if you can, please consider super thanks to help me provide more high quality content. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't pay me much, and your support would mean a lot. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in comments. And if you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and good luck with your modding journey.